Having a problem with AT&T DSL. I got to eliminate the possibility that it might be an inside wiring problem, so I'm here at the service box and I've unplugged this tether cord right here, which bypasses the house wiring, and we plug right into the service port, which means now we're directly tied into the wiring that AT&T is responsible for. And what we've got here is we have two Speedstream 5100 modems, as you can see. This one with the two legs on it, that's the registered account modem, and this is an extra backup in case something happens to that, with only one little leg on it. So two modems to test with. Now it doesn't matter if it's a registered modem or not. The problem we're having is synchronization with DSL and synchronization loss. So even though this one's not registered, it's still an excellent test tool to prove that there's no synchronization. Power adapter's been checked for putting out 12 volts. We've also got two RJ11 phone cords. The one is currently plugged in, plus this extra one right here. So we're going to start off with the registered modem. We're going to power that up. Now this, I did shoot another video after the guy on the phone from AT&T said he bumped the power, and it did seem to help a little bit. The speeds were still incredibly slow, but synchronization errors were a lot fewer. And that's been a couple days ago, and it's been sporadic ever since. And right now, as of a few minutes ago, when I went to grab my phone to film this, I cannot get DSL synchronization. So what I'm going to do is show you both modems and both sets of RJ11 phone cables being used. There, it's trying to acquire synchronization, and it should go to solid green if it gets it. If it goes back to flashing red, it did not achieve it. The synchronization, or the initialization, as some may call it, times out. So there we go. No DSL sync. It's trying and trying, but not getting it. There we go, solid green, it got it. Nope. Okay, we're going to shut that off, and we're going to swap the RJ11 cables first. Okay, so get that one out of the way, and get this other one, plug it directly into the service port. Right there. Other end into our registered modem. Power the modem on. Attempting to synchronize. And should go to a solid green. It did not. Failed to synchronize. Back to red again. Trying again. Service has worked good for about 2 years or so, but well, now it's been a couple of weeks, or the last couple of weeks I've been fighting intermittent connection issues and complete service loss, and when it's not a complete service loss, it's a severe slowdown of speeds. Okay, we're going to power this modem down. We're going to unplug the power and the RJ11. We're going to set that modem there, and we're going to grab this other one, and we're going to plug the RJ11 into it, plug the power in, and use our backup modem here to test for DSL signal sync. So what we've got here is 4 possible combinations of testing. We have 2 modems and 2 RJ11 cords, and we're going to use them in every possible combination, which will eliminate the RJ11 cables and the modem is the problem, as we're plugged directly into the service box, bypassing any wiring that we are responsible for, we being the customer. Should go solid green if it gets it. Nope, exact same thing as the other modem. We're going to power down, unplug this RJ11, plug the other RJ11 in, so we've then exhausted all 4 combinations, kind of like a redundant backup check system here, just to make sure that I'm not going to get charged when a tech comes out and tries to tell me, oh, your house wiring's not right. Okay, so we swapped RJ11 cables to the second cable on our second modem. This is the last of the 4 possible combinations that we can test with. And no, it did not get synchronization. One thing I also want to point out, the service box is protected from the weather, so it's watertight there, it never gets wet. Now the service post out here, the techs who come out and do service work, they're very, very sloppy. This is what Mediacom cable does to their cable boxes, and they leave it popped like that. And this is AT&T service box. This panel right here should be, this seam should be flushly mounted, and there's a big open gap underneath here because this panel's not pushed back that way as far as it should, because what they've done is they've ran the main lines right through the seam of the sheet metal with no grommets, no protection of the wire or anything. As you can see, the wire is chewed up big time. I don't know how well you can see that, but there's 2 sets of main lines coming out, and they ran it right through that sheet metal, and I have a feeling that sheet metal over time, with a hot and cold contraction and expansion, is eating away at that cable. This cable should have been ran internally inside and to the ground and then out to the customer's home. This is not the proper way to wire a main line, not to mention the exposure to weed eaters that this would get. Yeah, they put a plastic sheath on it, but still, come on, seriously? You got 13-year-old kids running around here mowing yards for $10. It's going to be ramming that with a lawnmower and weed eaters, and you're going to install a DSL line like that? That's pathetic. And like I say, Mediacom, they're just as guilty. Look at that. Sloppy. Hopefully their service techs and installation managers will be made aware of that. There's a cable filter just hanging out in the open, waiting to be exposed. So, yeah, that's what's going on.